And we are almost at the end, guys. Your final comedian's getting ready to come to the stage. Before we get to that, guys, please don't forget to tip your bartender, John. He is up there making all your drinks, taking care of you guys tonight. Please treat him well. Don't forget about the 2 shows this Friday at Art Bar, 8 o'clock, Buster Cups EP release with Jen Snyder, and at 10 p.m. at Warmouth, JT Habersat with Joe Coughlin.
There you go.
Your final comedian of the night has been traveling around, guys. He came a long way and he's leaving to go to Florida tomorrow. Please give it up for Alaska, Tebo James William.
What's up, Columbia? How y'all doing tonight? I've traveled many hours by Greyhound to be here. At least Greyhound has a lobby. Has anybody ever heard of Megabus? The Megabus staging station is at a roadside bus shelter down by the river, Broad River. I showed up 3 hours early and I sat in the dark, half waiting for a panther to walk by and cat fart in my face. I learned something new. There's not just hookers, there's river hookers. Hookers covered in barnacles that hang out at the bait and tackle store. Kind of like old Greg. I went to Charlotte for the weekend. I was at the game, begging the Bucks to put Jameis Winston in and take Fitzpatrick out, get him back to what he actually truly exceeds at, mopping the floors. You know, a janitor. The lady at the game was cheering for Cam Newton. She said, "Come on, baby daddy." He's my baby daddy, he just doesn't know it yet. Her 8-year-old son said, "Cam's my dad?" She said, "I'm gonna feed him tonight. I might spank him, beat him with the belt." I'll tell you this, those Panthers cheerleaders made me want to be a Panthers fan. Anybody else like the Panthers? Those Tomcat cheerleaders, they're so hot, but they can't dance. Let me show you how they dance to every single song. They got one move. It's kind of like a 1-step, lift your leg, slow 2-step, kind of like a spaghetti stretch. It's kind of like a spaghetti stretch, slow 2-step, Stairmaster to every song. I'm not sure if all women in North Carolina can dance, but these ones could not. So, have you ever heard of Alaska? Anybody? I'm from Anchorage, Alaska. What do you know? Do you know we have frozen hookers and horny moose? Now you do. It's so cold right now, people are looking for Tinder matches just so they can huddle together to stay warm. Do you know Alaska has one of the highest rates of STDs? Alaskans love sharing their bumps, lumps, crustaceans, and rashes. But the weird thing is, they say there's a 4-man to 1-woman ratio. So is it the average woman has 4 STDs, or is it the 4 Eskimo brothers sharing it with each other? What do you guys think? I heard somebody say, yeah, but that STD is curable. So you like to fly Con Air? No, I think that's worse. I think that's like flying Con Air and jumping out at 30,000 feet with a blanket as your parachute. What do you guys think? So, I heard a bus driver say, "Oh yeah, I went to Chapel Hill on Saturday. They have a lot of hot chicks there, but I bet they have a lot of STDs. Like Candy Crush of STDs. Sharon just went up a level on STD Candy Crush. She invited you to join. Hell the fuck no, don't send me an invite. I don't want no STDs. I'm not playing. I want to paraphrase what a Greyhound bus driver said today. You're going to trust me with your life and you won't even speak to me. We don't even talk to each other. The president didn't do this. No smoking, no bazooka tubes, no sparklers. Nothing crazy. From a passenger you are to a pedestrian you will be. Don't use the Greyhound bathroom. You will be locked in there, and you won't be able to get out. All Greyhound bathrooms are toxic. Your life will change. One leg will be shorter. You'll have the sugar diabetes. Don't wipe anything on this bus. If you sneeze, cover your mouth. If you're nasty, you need a whooping. I found out they have places inside the Greyhound station called restaurant. But they don't serve food or good food. They serve hound. In Charlotte this weekend, man, those Charlotte hoes had me reconsidering my stance on dating. Especially the little hoes. It's been a while since I've seen any little hoes. Can I get some applause? They're my favorite. Everybody also likes big hoes. That's why they're big hoes in the first place. They're popular. I saw a fake profile on Tinder. Name was Cherry Tots. I don't know who the fuck came up with that one, or if guys are actually falling for it, but we all know somebody who can't tell the difference between a bot and a real profile. In other words, an idiot. Well, Cherry Tots, I'm glad we matched. What are you doing tonight? I think I matched with this girl named Cherry Tots, Tebo. I think she likes me. Why the fuck do you think that? She invited me to her camp show. That's not a fucking bot. That is a bot, bro. And I'm Tebo James William. Thank you very much, New Brookland Tavern. I'm out. Thank you, Kevin.
Damn, he's tall. That's our show for tonight, guys. Thanks for coming all the way out here, Tebo. Guys, if you haven't, please get out tomorrow and vote. Remember, they're going to go for Jen Snyder first, and trust me, they're not going to be too far going after me afterwards. So please get out there and vote tomorrow. We'll see you guys back here next Monday for Open Mic. My name's Kevin, guys. Have a great night. Get home safe.